Hello, guys. Just doing the dishes on my way to the chiropractor in a little while, and I remembered I actually had an episode with Santeria. And I think this was back probably in my high school days. I grew up in Freeport, New York, which has a sizable Latino population. And on one particular street, there was a bakery. I used to walk to junior high. My girlfriend's grandmother worked in the bakery. I would go get her coffee and she would give me a black and white cookie and I'd hang on in there. It was a nice thing to do. But after a while, that bakery closed and a Botanica showed up. Now, I don't know how Botanicas have changed. I've looked online and I've seen there are still some on the island here that seem to have a lot more new age stuff in it. But back then, Botanica was pretty much strictly Santeria. And if you know anything about Santeria, it's all about replacement of symbols. The African gods and what I would call demons are replaced, are substituted for with Christian saints. So then when you are burning a candle to Saint A, you're really burning a candle to Demon A, and it's like an inside kind of joke. I guess what reminded me of this whole thing about Shiva. I've been watching Simona Rich, which I find her very interesting, even though she is a flat earther. And I think she doesn't really believe in electricity either, but there's a lot of stuff she says that makes sense. And she's done her historical research. And she was pointing out how Shiva is now this really good looking dude, whereas before he was a three-horned sort of ugly monster. And this is what we do. This is the trick of Lucifer, is to appear fantastic. And I'm thinking, why was I even interested in Santeria back in that day? At the time, I was still going to the Lutheran church. I'd been a Sunday school teacher, had been in the choir, been confirmed and all that. And I'm wondering if the dark forces were kind of nudging me in that direction. So I did actually read up a little bit on it. I don't know why I thought it was all right, but I did. And I went into the Botanica, looked around at the stuff, and I did remember buying some incense. I don't even quite remember what it was about, what it was for. I'm thinking St. Joseph, but it was in a red box. And I brought it home and I opened it up and it just kind of smelled like dead bones. I don't know if I actually used it for anything. But I guess that's my Teflon soul decided to get rid of it. And I think there was that one time I went into a Botanica and just decided that it was not for me. So I see I have close to 20 subscribers now, and I'm hoping that these people will be listening to me and realize that I'm not talking off the top of my head. It's not that I haven't investigated other forms of belief, but why did I totally forget about the Botanic incident until close to 50 years later? Things are coming to the surface, and as things come to the surface, I'll be talking about them more. And I encourage people to be observant, to see what's behind things. I was just watching this great series of videos about how the Pope was having some sort of celebration. Baphomet was behind there. I'm saying, okay, even if you don't believe that was a really obscure and convoluted picture of, again, a dark lord, he's the Pope. Why wasn't there a cross there? I'm finished. I have to put this up and then I have things to do. Be back later. Bye.